Tonight on Patriots This Week. Inside a hostile Highmark Stadium, a Back to the Future moment for the Patriots.
From 52 from the right hash. The swing to the right leg by Borregales. The kick sailed into the uprights. It's good! And the Patriots have the lead.
Riding the arms and legs of Drake Maye in the hands of Stephon Diggs, the Patriots stunned the unbeaten Bills.
We took the next step, but I'm not surprised at all. Game ball, Diggs, there you go.
That was fun. That was a tough one. I took everybody in that locker room, and the guys came out and we battled.
In the NFL, the next battle is always a week away. With expectations raised, the Patriots hope to hit the right notes in New Orleans.
We have a job to do. We're doing everything that we possibly can to prepare.
Now, it's time for Patriots This Week.
It was a last hurrah at Old Highmark Stadium. The Patriots stop a Bills winning streak in Orchard Park, and New England has a winning streak of its own. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Patriots This Week. I'm Bob Socci, along with Brian Hoyer and my broadcast partner, Scott Zolak, who was there with me the other night in Buffalo Zoo, and the Patriots played an outstanding game defensively, and then Drake Maye took center stage in the second half before a primetime audience and led the Patriots to the win on the Andy Borregales field goal.
What a week. What a wrap-up. You have a different feeling about the football team. There's hope. This is a measuring stick game. And everything Drake is compared to is Josh Allen. And I don't really agree with it. I think it's more of a Herbert-type comparison because I think Allen's a bull. But, man, that second half, they were going toe-to-toe, and Drake outdueled him, I thought.
All right, Brian. Zoe picked the Bills. You picked the Patriots, and you had an inkling.
Raised in the desert sometimes.
No, I had a feeling based on how they played the week before, the progression that we've seen with Drake Maye. I love the culture that they're building, and what I loved during the week, they weren't shying away from the opportunity. Vrabel was basically saying, like, we want the world to see. What a statement win for this team. I saw what Milton Williams said after the game. He said, we expected to win, but we got to bring that every week. Like, it's not just a one-time thing. We got to go out and handle business. We're establishing something. We got to go out and do it every single week. And I think you love to see that from the players, right? You don't want Vrabel to have to remind you, hey, we got to move on to the next week. But, man, all three phases I thought did a tremendous job.
The reason I don't think this is going to be a trap game coming up is we've seen, calling games, this team get better week to week.
Yeah.
This wasn't a fluke. You know, they had big play after big play, off-platform throws. That throw to Diggs, Brian, I don't know if you saw it, where he stopped, pirouetted out, and then Drake saw it, threw it between three guys. What a dime.
The one where he's stiff-arming the defensive lineman, basically going down and hits Diggs.
Last drive of the game.
That is a true Allen-type play, but the whole shot in that moment to Kayshon Boutte in cover two on the sideline to the field, it shows you the confidence that he's playing with. It's just unbelievable where he's coming. This is the week we're going into where he started last year.
And he protected the ball. The Patriots had the one giveaway with Ramondre Stevenson's fumble. But they came out of that game on the plus side against Buffalo, a team that had not lost the turnover battle in 26 games, a testament to Maye, but also I think the Patriots defense and in general the way everybody else, that fumble aside, protected the ball.
I think the defense said, you know what we're going to do? If you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us with your tight ends. And they almost did because, you know, Josh got hot with Kincaid and Knox and a really good tight ends. They don't have the premier game breaker on the outside like they did in years past, meaning Stephon Diggs.
You know, I heard Chris Long say on his podcast this week that, yes, you know, Drake Maye served notice, but so did Mike Vrabel's defense. And now that Josh Allen doesn't only have to deal with the Drake Maye-led Patriots, but he's got to deal with the Mike Vrabel defense. Now, they crossed the line a couple of times with some personal fouls, but they certainly sent a message early with the way they played. And I mentioned the fumble by Stevenson. Sudden change didn't impact the defense at all.
Yeah, I think having Gonzo back, you put him outside with Davis. Davis got nicked up in this game, but what it does, kicks Marcus Jones back inside the nickel. Then you start seeing the routes to the tight end. Finally, at the end of the game, he jumps that route, gets the big pick.
Gonzalez being back has brought a little bit of comfort into the secondary with this team. I mean, he's the type of guy you put out there and you're like, all right, we're good. And Marcus Jones, obviously a great special teams player, but he's built to play inside. And what he did on that pick, the undercut, he kind of baited Josh into throwing it, and Josh is throwing the ball hard, and to go all out and catch that ball shows you his skill set.
I want to talk about the way Mike managed this game. Late first half, the Patriots are down near the goal line. There's a pass off the hand of Hunter Henry, near touchdown connection. They're left with 1 second. He made the decision to kick the field goal. He wanted the team in the lead at the half, then a 3-3 tie.
You got to take the points. You got to take the points there. And I was just worried because I think it was 8 penalties, 2 turnovers, and really up 6-3. at the half.
4 seconds. That's hard to get 2 plays off unless you're throwing a back shoulder ball to the end zone. I think they were scripting that play.
I think he rushed it a little bit.
And he rushed it, and I think if he waits 1 more second, Hunter has it. But then they look up, oh, there's 1 second left. We're not going to go for it again. Let's just walk away with the points. And I thought one of the biggest things that they did well was Buffalo comes out and scores right away. They answered immediately. If you don't answer there, the game can go in a totally different direction. Crowds getting into it, and I mean honestly, that touchdown that Buffalo had was a very well designed play. Like put Samuel in motion, act like he's going back, boom. All of a sudden it's too late for Hawkins to get there. But for the Patriots to respond, and that obviously was the great throw that Drake had down the sideline to Diggs. It just shows you they're not afraid. They're ready to go toe-to-toe.
And not only did they answer the Buffalo score early in the second half, but they took a 20-10 lead and saw that lead disappear, and they were able to come back at 20-all to drive to the game-winning kick.
And they had the ball. So it was 7 minutes and change left, 3rd and inches, and they rushed it. They brought Vidarian Lowe in. He jumps off sides. Next thing you know, the 2-possession game is gone, and you're fighting for your lives at the end. Yeah. But I threw it to this guy who I thought called one heck of a game. It's like, we're back to call big-time games again. And I'm like, Bob, what more do you want? 2 minutes and change, I think it was 2:12, and it's Drake May's ball. Like, this is your moment, and he took over.
Drake May's under pressure. He's got a decision to make. He runs, keeps the clock alive, gets back into the center of the field, and gives Borregales a shot at a straight-on field goal try.
Drake got his first start week 6 a year ago this week.
Houston.
And where he's come from then to now, he's made a 3-year jump, in my opinion. This is not a guy who's taking like the next step to the second year. Where he's developed over the first 5 games of this season, I mean, where he was against the Raiders to where he is now is just incredible. He's put a lot of work in. He's got the right attitude, but ultimately, I think Josh is there. A year ago, I don't know if he maybe throws the ball away. He has the wherewithal. I got to get back to the line of scrimmage. I got to stay in bounds. That was a huge play and making sure that they could kick that game-winning field goal.
We didn't mention the names of 2 rookies on the left side of the offensive line very
That's
much.
good.
And Jared
That's
Wilson
always good, yeah.
Will Campbell. But you have Greg Rousseau. He wreaked some havoc early.
Yes, he did.
But not late. And nor did Joey Bosa for the most part.
And that's one thing you worry about. You go up in that environment, it overwhelms you because it is Buffalo. The crowd's loud. We start a lot of rookies on this offense, and a lot of guys play some big-time positions. Like, there are times in that game in that second half you needed an extra second here, and I thought Campbell and Wilson did a good job at it.
And you had 2 rookies in the operation for the game-winning kick, the long snapper and the place kicker. Borregales drills it from 52. I know how much you loved kickers your career, your playing days, having been a former holder. Drake May didn't watch it. But
nor did I.
He knew the end result.
Nor did I. So what I did is I watched Borregales, and the second that ball left his foot,
you just watched his reaction.
Gave the flex, and I'm like, now we know. If he's going to make him, that's what he's going to do.
I think it should be noted, Vrabel sticking by Borregales and Mondre, right? And the way he's handled that. And look, Mondre fumbles again, and you're like, what's going to happen? Well, now Gibson goes out, and he's down. And Mike's handled it extremely well. Clearly, they don't want him to fumble, but they realize they have to rely on him. And Borregales, with the game he had in Miami a few weeks ago, I mean, to be able to say, go out there and kick it, and he's flexing. I mean, that helps those players when your coach is behind them.
And Stevenson responds with 12 of the points for the Patriots. Borregales with 11 off his foot, including the deciding 3. A shot heard round New England. We'll come back with more right after this.
Patriots This Week is brought to you by Cross Insurance, official insurance broker of the New England Patriots. By DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the New England Patriots. And by Sports Illustrated Tickets, 50 million sports, concerts, and theater tickets. 0 fees. Fans deserve better. Visit sitickets.com today.
This week's Cross Insurance Player of the Week is Bryce Baringer. The 6'2", 215-pound punter had a sensational night in the Patriots' upset of the Bills. The 26-year-old out of Michigan State dropped 3 punts inside the 15-yard line, leaving the Bills with 0 punt return yards. The third-year vet ensured that Buffalo would have to put together long drives to score points. The Player of the Week is brought to you by Cross Insurance, the official insurance broker of the New England Patriots.
Going on the road. Okay, 8:20 Sunday night. Everybody's going to be watching. Okay, everybody's going to be watching, and I'm kind of excited that they are. But that's how we're supposed to play. That's what the expectation is throughout this football team and this organization moving forward.
We bring you back in the Bob's Discount Furniture studio with the words of Mike Vrabel. That was in the aftermath of the win over Carolina before the Patriots enjoyed their second straight win, first back-to-back victories for the Pats since 2022. And Scott Zolak, their lone scheduled appearance on Sunday Night Football.
Yep. I watched the sideline on Sunday night up in Buffalo, and I'm watching Stephon Diggs after he's making big plays. He's got the helmet off. He's down on the defensive side, firing those guys up, greeting them as they come off the field. And you're starting to see leadership sort of develop with him. And I think that's a good thing because there's been a lot of talk about him. What kind of guy is he? You have your captains. You can't force leadership. I think it's starting to happen organically. And that's what and I think Vrabel's going to enjoy that, watching these guys really start to rally the team.
Yeah, I think good teams kind of take on the personality of their coach. And for Mike to say that, that's exactly how they went out and played. And I think to Zoe's point, you're seeing leadership. Sure, you have the captains, but leadership starts with what you do out on the field. And you're seeing those guys. And I think Mike said one of the best things that I've heard a coach say, look, we don't all have to have the same personality, but we better all have the same mentality. And that really struck me. Like, this is a different New England team. I mean, we got Diggs going on Instagram Live in the locker room after the game and celebrating. We would have never saw that with the old regime with Bill, right? But these guys are going out, they're playing, they're having fun, and they're showing what it takes to win. And now they just got to start stacking them together. That's why I love Milton Williams coming out and saying, look, it's great, but we got to do it every single week. And when you go out and you show the world what you can do and you can kind of have that signature win, now you got to start stacking them, and that's when really things take flight.
Yeah, Mike has emphasized from the start, we're going to treat you how you treat the team, and that really involves everybody. The team isn't just the players on the field and the coaching staff, it's everybody in support of them.
It's a great message.
And with that message, too, comes another. We'll build confidence through consistency, and we're starting to see that bubble up.
Everybody takes it to heart playing special teams. You got your guys like Brendan Schooler. You know, you get Tavai back this past week. He had some depth. Everybody's out there flying around, tackling. Spillane looks like a different guy than he did the first 2 weeks of the season. So, and you get your corners back. Like, everything's starting to come together.
When you have all three phases, we saw it against the Carolina Panthers. If all three phases come to play, you're going to win by 40. So, look, it doesn't mean they're going to win every game from here on out. The NFL is a hard league. But I think now this is where your confidence grows because you do it on the field. You do it while everybody's watching. And you come back and you go, all right, I mean, who can't we beat?
It seems to me there was an optimism about the team coming into the season that waned a bit after the 1-2 start. But now there's a sense outside of the building, even on the cynical airwaves of sports talk radio, where you're getting people starting to believe, hey, you look at the schedule, this is a team that's changed perceptions for better, not worse.
Playing a night game, you get to sit around the hotel and you watch all the other games. There's some bad football being played around here, guys. So stay healthy, play smart football, and this team will be in the mix. I don't know where, but should be in the mix in the hunt after Thanksgiving.
Some of the teams that you're used to dominating the AFC, they don't look like what they used to. Lamar's hurt. Baltimore's 1-5. Lamar's hurt. Kansas City loses to Jacksonville. And I mean, who would have sat here and said 5 weeks into the season that Daniel Jones is an MVP candidate for the Colts? So you don't know.
How dare you?
Yeah, I'm just saying that's what the reality of where we're at right now. People want to say, oh, it's Mahomes. And, well, Mahomes is 2-3 right now.
Yeah, he's not the MVP.
And the reality is, you don't know until about this time of the year what you have in a team. And the good teams, they race as fast as they can to improve. And the goal is to be at your best when it comes to week 14, 15, and have a chance to be in it.
The team the Patriots are playing next was very competitive against the Bills and then responded from a fourth straight loss with its first win. We'll talk about the New Orleans Saints right after this.
All right, it's time now for your Zoe Show. The Saints. We don't know much about this football team, but they do have one heck of a receiver. I like this type of receiver. You say, why, Zoe? Because he's a fourth-year player, undrafted, from Weber State, Rashid Shaheed. Got it right. That's right. Why do you like him, Zoe? Because he's a burner. Freeze it right here. Little bump and run action right here. Little fade stop. Watch him with the one-handed grab right here. This is Spencer Rattler at the quarterback position. Guy went to Oklahoma, transferred to South Carolina, one of the biggest NIL guys when he was there. Freeze it right here. You see a lot of these rubs and actions. You're going to see him get open down here on the goal line. Good nose for the goal line. Here's your little pick play. And everybody saw this one, the 87-yarder. This is a touchdown, 87 yards. Next-gen stats, I think it was 22 miles per hour. Devin McCourty was at 21 up in Buffalo on an interception. Watch this guy's speed down here on the bottom, just runs through coverage. So if you're Woodson and you're a rookie free safety back here, you got a fourth-year player that could take the top off the defense, Rashid Shaheed. There's your Zoe Show.
And we're back in the Bob's Discount Furniture studio. We continue on Patriots This Week with a preview of the New Orleans Saints, the Patriots' Week 6 opponent, second straight road game for the Pats, and going down to the Big Easy Zone. And despite the 1-4 record for the Saints, they've served notice the last couple of weeks. This won't be easy for the Pats.
They got a guy in Spencer Rattler. I liked him when he was in college. I watched him a lot. He's not a big guy. So what are they going to do? They're not going to sit him in the pocket, have him survey the field. Quick throws, run the football. They got some experienced backs. Kamara's still there. They're going to want to control the clock against you. You're going to have to button up your run defense and be ready to go. And then they'll take their shots because they got speed guys. You saw Rashid out there. Olave's still a big possession guy. So they do have some names that could hurt you.
This is a test to me. How do you respond after a big win when you're going against a team that now everyone's going to say, yeah, you should beat? Okay, well, go ahead and down there and handle business. And it's a good thing they got Gonzalez back. I'm sure he'll match Olave, take him out of the game. And to your point, Rattler is a little bit athletic, so you got to make sure you contain him. Don't give him any easy outside the pocket throws where he doesn't have to read the defense. Change the looks on him, pre-snap to post-snap, and then offensively, go down and just have a game like you've had the last 2 weeks. Be able to run the ball, get Drake, some play action, some move. I love the fact that they started the game with a boot to the left. You don't see that a lot from right-handed quarterbacks. Get it to Diggs. I thought the touchdown run to Mondre where they faked the power right and pitched it back left. He's getting into his bag a little bit. So I'm sure that he's going to sit there and he's going to game plan. It's not a team that they know really well. They haven't played a lot over the years, and it's a new staff on both sides, and then go down and just handle business.
But regarding the new staff, the head coach, Kellen Moore, also the play caller offensively, the defensive coordinator, Brandon Staley, former head coach of the Chargers. There is familiarity with each of those coordinators, if you will.
These guys have been around football for a while now. And like I said, you're playing on the road. It's not easy playing on the road. You got to travel. You're traveling a lot here for the next 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, and you guys didn't get back until what time on Monday morning? So it backs your week up. It's a quick turnaround, and you have to come off that high and say, okay, let's get back to business. And that's where the leaders in the locker room, not Vrabes, not Josh, they have to game plan. They have to get ready. The players have to say, let's handle our business.
Real quick, just to add to this, what I love that Mike did this week, it wasn't a victory Monday, see a Wednesday. Hey, it's a team we don't know much about. It's a new staff. We got to get in here and work. They were in a bubble, getting a sweat. So they came in last Monday and tried preparing for this team and getting ready.
And you got to be ready too, so you got to take it easy. Not too late out on Bourbon Street.
Oh, you and I. You and I. Hopefully our rooms are next to each other. Maybe we'll have adjoining rooms. You never know. Bob and I had good times, man.
I'm gonna have to come join you guys. I'll just
be
the spotter in the booth,
Oh boy.
All right, not too many Hurricanes on Saturday night. Patriots and the Saints on Sunday. Back after this.
Patriots This Week is brought to you by Cross Insurance, official insurance broker of the New England Patriots. By DraftKings Sportsbook, the official sports betting partner of the New England Patriots. And by Sports Illustrated Tickets, 50 million sports, concerts, and theater tickets. 0 fees. Fans deserve better. Visit SITickets.com today.
The hottest receiver in the NFL is right here in Foxborough. Stephon Diggs has had back-to-back 100-yard games. Get the veteran receiver in the lineup as the Patriots travel to the Big Easy. But put T on a T.O. The Bengals' T. Higgins has had a disappointing season without Joe Burrow at QB. Sit him when Cincy travels to Green Bay. But don't sleep on Rico Dowdle. The Panthers' back came through with more than 200 yards on the ground in Carolina's win against the Dolphins. And Dowdle will be looking for revenge when his old team, the Cowboys, come to Charlotte. This week's fantasy picks are brought to you by Verizon.
And we're back to wrap up Patriots This Week with predictions. Scott Zolak, Patriots and the Saints Sunday at 1 o'clock, not 4:25 as originally scheduled, but 1 o'clock Eastern time.
I'm excited to get this team to 4-2. Patriots win this game 27-10. And game changer, Henderson, the rookie, Travion Henderson. Perfect spot to get this guy up and running. Gibson's down. I like Ramondre in this game also, but I think Henderson gets 2 scores.
I love it. I agree with you. I think Patriots win 35-10, and I'm going to go with Diggs. I think this relationship between he and Drake Maye are really blossoming.
Love it.
And I think it just continues to build. I think they go down there and handle business and show the NFL. Last week wasn't just a fluke.
All right, Patriots and the Saints Sunday at 1 as noted. For Brian Hoyer and Scott Zolak, I'm Bob Socci. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. So long.